Village in Assumption. To learn more about our services, click on our icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome to the WTIM Morning Show. I'm Avery Cooper. Your stream brought to you by Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark and People's Bank and Trust. They put people first. Well, it is fall, and hopefully you brought in those plants a couple of weeks ago, but there's still lots to look forward to in the world of gardening. And to talk all about that, I have Master Gardeners in studio from the University of Illinois Extension. That includes Gwen Podesky. Great to have you back, Gwen. Also, I have Master Gardener Sharon Hill. Great to have you here, Sharon. All right. So, Gwen, let's start it off. You alluded to it a little bit last time, but it's coming up now in the nearer future than last time. You have your tree walk coming up in the very near future. Tell me about it.
Like a farmstead. There are a couple of houses actually out there. And anyway, we're having our tree walk, which we're excited about. Linda is a former master gardener. I think she took training way back in the very dawning years of the program. And she and her husband, Avgary Cahias, both took those classes. And they moved there in, she said, 1979 or 1980. And so they started planting with their big, now big white pine windbreak. And she's added tons and tons of different. I was going to call I was doing an article for the paper, and I was going to call it the Dazzling Dozen. And I realized that I had taken notes on like 35 or 40 trees. So it was dazzling dozens of trees.
Not just a dozen, but multiple dozens.
Yes, multiple dozens of trees. And I'm not saying just all one, even though as you drive up, there is I call it an alley when you plant trees in a line like that or in a double row. Mm-hmm. There's a long double row of autumn blaze maples.
You need to call and register for it. It's going to be on October 22nd from 2 to 4. And just call the Christian County Extension Office or go online to register. And that's at goillinois.edu. Illinois.edu/CJMM events. And on there we'll have a place for you to register for that day.
Yeah, and there is no charge for this. It's no free. And we're kind of encouraging families to come. So if you've got kids, maybe they're talking about trees. My granddaughter, they went out on a little walk at their preschool and gathered some leaves and acorns and things. So if you've got kids, this is a perfect opportunity for them to get outside and for you to enjoy and maybe think about, hey, I've got a place for a tree in my yard. What could I put there? And this might give you some great ideas.
I think you mentioned one type of tree, Gwen. What other types of trees do you think you'll see on that tree walk?
I'll tell you what, I was impressed. She's got a very mature pecan tree and two smaller ones and lots. I saw fringe tree out there, Japanese maples of various kinds, lots of Carolina silver bells, which is a really underused native tree that people can have it's got great fall color or spring bloom. And then the fall color isn't so great, but the bark on it is a wonderful.
Right. How often do you, I didn't mean to interrupt you, continue.
And Kentucky coffee tree, that's something I like envy. I'm like, I want to find one more place to put a tree and I want it to be that tree. So there are loads and loads of things for folks to look at.
And a lot of understory trees too that are beautiful. A lot of people don't have room for the big monstrous trees.
What do you mean by understory tree? I think you were just alluding it to
redbud, dogwood, those types of smaller trees that are under the canopy of the large trees, and they grow very well there.
Right. And it's a nice tree, especially for a homeowner who may be looking at not wanting to interfere with power lines above their house or something.
Right.
An understory tree adapts usually very well to being near to a roadway or street or any kind of electrical line. So they're smaller. She's got a wonderful, it's a pagoda style viburnum tomentosum, and it's got this beautiful branching habit. And that one was one that will, I think, stick out to people. She's got a lot of service berries too, which I think amalanchers are native trees. People are always looking for something with fruit on it, like a flowering crab, but the amalanchers don't have some of the leaf scabs and things that defoliate crab trees. So there are good flowering crabs out there too.
Mm. Yeah.
So there's just everything you can imagine. Saucer magnolias. She's got a paper bark maple, a seven suns tree, which and those again are, like Sharon alluded to, understory trees. I haven't seen a seven suns tree anywhere outside of the Missouri Botanical Garden until I went there. So I think people will get a chance to really look at some of the and what I like about it is when you're standing in a nursery and you're looking at a line of trees and they all pretty much look the same, and you're like, well, what one do I get? But this is a chance for you to say, how will this look at my yard? So right. I think it's a great.
You talk about all the time when you plant a tree, look at a profile before you plant the tree. And this is a good chance for you to look at that profile.
Right. Take pictures, there you'll be able to take pictures out there and say, hey, and is this something that would work in my yard, and take it home and kind of take a look.
Right.
So.
And I must say, as master gardeners, you're master gardeners, even you guys seem pretty impressed with this garden, with this collection of trees. What is so impressive to you, Sharon, about this?
I think a lot of it has to do with the setting. It's just out there in the country where you can really, it's not enclosed, and where you can really see the height of the trees.
And stand back from them.
Right. You can really get an idea of how that would work in your yard or whatever. So,
yeah. And I think that you talk about the settings. What you have to realize is Linda also, she doesn't just plant trees. She has tons and tons of perennials in her beds, and so some of these trees are really set off with some nice beds. And that's one of the places we frankly get a lot of our plant sale plants.
Yeah.
So she shares those. Yeah. I know I saw some nice toad lilies out there, which is a fall blooming perennial. And I also saw, she has some great old fashioned mums that are different than things you see in the nursery these days. And she bought them in the day when you could buy mums in the spring and actually have perennial mums. Yeah. So they're what they call Hearty Mums.
Hearty Mums nowadays aren't really Hearty Mums,
right? Because they don't market them when we needed to plant them to make them hardy. You've got to let them be in that ground for a while,
right?
So unfortunately.
One more time, let's give the listeners a rundown of the tree walk. You're coming up very soon.
Mm-hmm. Okay, it's going to be at 2152 Illinois Route 16, and that's in Pana. If you're putting it in your GPS, it will be Saturday, October 22nd from 2 to 4. And I'll let Sharon share the link again on our website, or you can call 217-287-7246.
Yeah, the website is go.illinois.edu/CJMM events. And on there you can pull up the tree walk. It'll tell you how to register for it and get you all set up.
And
we hope to see you
no
there.
registration fee.
None at all.
No registration fee.
No,
This is
we just need to know how many to prepare for.
Right. We're going to serve cookies and cider. So
excellent. I want to know,
but not hard cider because we don't have a license.
No,
you would just want to know how much cider, soft cider, and cookies to prepare.
That's right. And I think, we just would like I said, once again, we encourage this time. We'd really love to see people bring their kids out. I think kids enjoy things like this, get them out in nature. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
And we'll just pray for good weather.
Yes.
Anything
yes.
else that you'd like to add, Sharon, before?
No, I think when she had a lovely article in the Breeze, a week ago.
Something like that. Yeah. Like I said, I went
about
a
the
week ago.
tree walk and all of the trees and the surrounding
All right.
landscape that she has. And I think it's really exciting to have it.
Yeah, it's exciting to have something this close in the area that you can actually
you have to go
enjoy.
to Decatur or Springfield
Or St. Louis or somewhere
Yeah.
like that. You don't have to
So-
get in a car and travel a million miles to get here.
Your own backyard, in a way.
In a way.
Right,
That's
right.
right.
Thank you.
Gwen Badesky and Sharon Hill, Master Gardeners with University of Illinois Extension. More from them after this short timeout. Your stream brought to you by Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark and People's Bank and Trust. They put people first.
Your information station. WTIM.
Brian Barnhart here, the voice of the Fighting Illini, inviting Illini Nation to listen for Fighting Illini sports this season on New Country 104.1. From every kickoff during football season to the closing horn of every basketball game, you'll hear them in Christian County and surrounding area on your home for Fighting Illini sports, New Country 104.1. Follow the orange and blue and go Illini.
Brought to you by Prairie Farms Dairy and Bob Ridings Painum.
I'm Police Chief Andrew Pistorius with the Sullivan Police Department, here to talk about a topic no one wants to discuss, depression that many times leads to suicide. When a person is going through such feelings, many times family and friends don't know how to help, but there is help. If you feel depressed or lonely, there are many resources to help you. Call a trusted relative, friend, or minister, or call the Suicide Prevention Lifeline toll-free at 800-273-TALK. That's 800-273-TALK. All of us are here to help.
If you're looking for local hunting and fishing information, then join us for Central Illinois Outdoors with me, Jared White, Saturdays at 10 a.m. here on WTIM. Every weekend, we'll offer detailed local fishing reports from professional guides. We'll swap stories with local celebrity sportsmen, and I'll invite you to share your stories as well. Central Illinois Outdoors with Jared White, every Saturday morning at 10 on all WTIM platforms. And on demand at CentralIllinoisOutdoors.com. Brought to you by Bob Ridings in Pana and the Clinton, Illinois Chamber of Commerce and Tourism Bureau.
This month, Chanson's Heating and Air is in the pink.
Yes, we are.
I gotta say, that's a mighty fine pink shirt you're sporting, Troy.
I make this look good.
Chanson's has been in the comfort business for 35 years.
And this month, you can help us provide extra comfort for some very special people.
A portion of October sales will benefit HSHS St. Anthony's Women's Wellness Center, providing support to local cancer patients and their families.
Jansen's will donate $10 for every service call,
$15 for every time we improve the air quality of someone's home,
and $50 for every new system we install.
And as always, we do it proudly in our special pink shirts.
It's our favorite color.
I guess you could say we're tickled pink.
Yeah.
Makes you think.
Sure.
Who knows, this money could provide the missing link.
Okay.
Wink, wink.
That's enough.
562-5201 or visit jansonsheating.com.
I wish I could give you a pink slip.
Taylorville Care Center, Taylorville's premier nursing facility, is hiring, offering the best opportunities in town with new wages, elite pay, and premium pay programs for RNs, LPNs, and CNAs. Get more by clicking their icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Hi, this is Will Perkins with Taylorville Community Credit Union. Find out about all the products and services we provide by clicking our icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Your information station. WTIM.
Welcome back to the WTIM Morning Show. I'm Avery Cooper. Your stream on TaylorvilleDailyNews.com's Facebook and on WTIM TV YouTube, brought to you by Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark, and People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first. I'm here in studio with the Master Gardeners from the University of Illinois Extension, Gwen Badesky and Sharon Hill, and we're talking all about some of the programs that the Master Gardeners are offering. And I know here coming up on October 20th, you have another program coming up, Gwen or Sharon, whichever one. Tell me a little bit about this event you have coming up on October 20th.
Okay, this one is going to be presented by Andrew Holsinger, and he will be at the Extension office at noon on October 20th. And again, you can register online at the website, or you can call 217-287-7246. It's called Native Alternatives to Invasive Plants. And this is, he's developed a curriculum on what plants are better than the ones that are sometimes in the nursery trade that are more invasive. And while he's doing that, we will have, we just got a new supply of the book, Managing Invasive Species. And so that's, those will be there that people can pick up if they wish to take that home. But it's, don't plant burning bush, plant like, blueberries or something that is not invasive.
I have to admit, I have 7 burning bushes that are beautiful.
I know. They are gorgeous. I had 4 myself, and I don't know, mine never seeded like the ones do now. The ones now are just,
mine. I've had mine for 20 years.
And for some reason, those didn't seed, but the ones now, like I bought a new one, from the University of Illinois Mom's sale about 10 years ago. And I was like, I took it out because I was getting, it was incredible number of
I don't have any,
because my old ones didn't put the berries on. But I don't know. I mean, but that's the whole thing, is we do develop, and the nursery trade develops beautiful things, and most of them are okay. I've visited England, and butterfly bush over there is like, it grows along the railroad tracks as you're riding in the train. I'm like, look at all those butterfly bushes. So, but there are things that he'll talk about, shrubs and trees, as well as about some of the perennials that are causing more problems.
Well, you and me have talked a lot about it, Gwen, invasive species and stuff. I don't want to get into the weeds too much about it, but if someone thinks they find an invasive species or plant or whatever it might be, what can they do with it?
Remove it and destroy it. I mean, and just make sure. Seriously, a lot of it too is some of these things, if you can stop them going to seed, that's how they become invasive. For the most part, there are trees and bushes and more perennials that will sort of colonize through root systems, but a lot of the real problem comes with the ones that seed. The Bradford pears that everybody seems to love are, and again, that Carolina silverbill would be a good alternative to that, or even a white dogwood. But those they have put enough different varieties out that even though each one was sterile, they could cross-pollinate. And when they cross-pollinated, they began to produce fruit. And when that fruit made a tree, it reverted back to the tree. Those trees were bred from trees that have long, vicious thorns on them and pretty smelly flowers. So the trees that have sort of come and gotten into the woodlands are a problem. So,
and I real quick here before we move on, Sharon, I see you have a thought. Help desk open, closed for the season.
For the season.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Sharon, you had a thought to add on there.
Yes. Following up on this invasive plants, there's going to be alternatives to invasive plants. And that's going to be held at Hillsborough at the Extension Center. And that is on Wednesday, October 26th at 6:30. And you can also call the Extension office to register for that. So,
and I'm not sure, Andrew might know, I'm not certain. They might know if you call whether you can do these as a Zoom meeting or not. I'm not certain.
That wasn't explained to us very well.
I'm not sure.
All right.
So,
anything else that you guys want to address here before you head back off to your day?
I don't think so. Like I said, just, please come to the tree walk on Saturday, October 22nd. I think it's 2 to 4 p.m. Should be a great day. And
we still got time to get out there and get our gardens cleaned out, and don't let that garbage lay on your plants or your gardens.
Right. Especially things like vegetables and annuals. The vegetables and annuals really need to clean them down because they'll harbor bad stuff through the year.
And get those gardening tools ready to go for next
Yes,
spring.
yes,
All right.
Yeah.
Master Gardeners Gwen Podeski and Sharon Hill, thank you guys so much for coming on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Your stream on TaylorvilleDailyNews.com's Facebook and WTIM TV YouTube, brought to you by Landmark of Taylorville.
WTIM.
With SRN News,